We are live. Welcome, amazing parents. Welcome, Mrs. Awa Jike Williams. I'm so delighted to have you here. If you are here and you can see us live, please do well to stay engaged. Drop your name and let me welcome you specially. Welcome to our free webinar. Allowance isn't enough. If you are here and you can see me clearly, you can hear my voice, please drop your name down on the comment section. I want to welcome you specially. Please drop your name, Mrs. Awa, I'm delighted to have you here. Welcome. Okay, who else is there? Who else is there? We are live. Welcome. The amazing parents. My name is Olayemi Mike-Okhimhe, and I'm the founder of Key Startup Academy. I'm delighted to have you here, and we're going to be talking about something special, a life skill that your kids need to thrive in life. Many of us will agree that we've made several mistakes while we were young, even while growing. We've made mistakes with our finances, and we don't want our children to make that mistake. Do we want to see our children make that mistake? We're going to go into this now. Today, we're going to be talking about allowance isn't enough. Please do well to stay engaged and share your learning points. If we ask any question, do well to engage and we bring it live for everyone to see. Once again, you are welcome. If you're just joining us, do well to introduce yourself. We'll be delighted to have you here. Allowance isn't enough. We are here because we all want the same thing. As parents, what we want is we want our children to grow confident, responsible, and money wise. We want to see our children manage money wisely. We want to see our children set money goals and achieve them. We want to see our children become young business guru. We want to see our children save money and not spend everything. But I want you to know that handling them allowance each week, daily, monthly will not guarantee this outcome. And that is why we are here to learn about this. That giving your kids allowance won't teach them, giving them allowance alone won't teach them how to manage money, how to multiply money. And when I drop a poll on the platform, I know it's few of us that voted, but with the few of us that voted, many of us didn't believe in giving our children allowance. And I know why. Because I've been in that shoe. When I was young, my mom equally did not believe in giving allowances. When we go to school, we see children bring pocket money, bring food, but my mom did not believe in giving pocket money to our children. And one of the reasons is that one, she feels we'll become greedy. She feels we'll feel entitled. So the day she doesn't have pocket money to give us, we'll throw tantrums. If you are in that shoe, just say, oh, here I am. I'm here too. This is how I feel. I'm afraid. I don't want to give my kids allowance because I don't want them to feel entitled. And I also saw that few of us also give our kids daily pocket money, monthly pocket money. And so when we give pocket money, I need you to know that giving pocket money isn't bad. So let me just clear your doubt. If you are in my mommy's shoe and saying no, giving pocket money is bad. Giving pocket money isn't bad at all. Good evening, Mama. Welcome, Mommy Triplets. Delighted to have you here. Welcome, Ma. God bless you, Mrs. Gloria. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. I need you to know that giving allowance itself isn't bad at all. In fact, giving allowance is a great teaching tool to our children. Giving allowance give our children the opportunity to learn how to manage money and multiply money. But many a times we fail at it. Why? Because we do not give our children the teaching skills, the learning skills needed. We just give them allowance without any purpose, without anything. We just give pocket money just like that, and we expect miracle to happen. I remember sometimes last month, my leader in the church told me to talk to the teenagers about money. And we were talking about it, and I told them the kingdom principle works with multiplication. It is not subtraction, it is multiplication. And when your parents give you allowance, you are meant to multiply it. And I gave them ways that they could multiply money. We are going to discuss about that. When we were young, we used when my parents' family comes around, relatives, their friends comes around, they give us money. They give us money, monetary gifts, and our parents will hold onto it, especially my mom. And when we come to ask, mommy, please, we want to have our money, she will tell us, who is sending you to school? Who is paying the school fees? Are you here? And you are doing that. Please change your ways. Stop doing that. Stop emotionally blackmailing your children. Stop doing that. And so they won't give us the money, and my mom will spend the money. But as we grew, we became young teenagers. We decided, Mrs. Luesa, we are glad to have you. Thank you for joining us right away from Yola. We are delighted to have you here, ma'am. And so when we grew up a little, we were able to say, Mommy, we are not getting this money. So we were able to save a little. But my mom shouldn't, can never. In fact, when she didn't get to know until she was late. She didn't get to know. So me and my siblings, we came together and we said, okay, we want to multiply this money. And we started a business without our parents' awareness. They did not know for more than 3 months that we were running a business. And guess what? We multiplied the money times 7. But because there were no skills, after 3 months, we got tired. We got tired of hiding. We will come back to school, we'll go and sell our goods, we'll come back, we pretend as if nothing happened. And so after 3 months, we got tired, and guess what? We squander the whole money. So if my mom or my dad had discussed with us on how to multiply, the next step to take, we would have multiplied our money and still not waste the money. So we want to share the 3 biggest mistakes we make as parents when giving allowance. For those that might change their mind today, that okay, let me just give it a try. Let me start giving my children allowance. I'm part of those that give kids allowance and they know what to do with their money. And so the 3 biggest mistake is in 3 C's. The first one is clear structure. The second one is conversation. Are we learning at all? If we are learning any learning points, please drop it on the comment section. And control. Now, clear structure. Many a times we give our children money, but we don't explain how to use it wisely. And we expect them to know. We expect them to know without you as a parent giving any plan, no purpose for it. You just say it's pocket money. What do you expect your children to do? They will just buy. They will buy biscuit. They will buy sweets. I remember when I didn't know better. My brother-in-law came in when I was not around, and gave my siblings 2,500. I think this was about 5 years ago, 2,500. He said, go and use it to buy biscuit and sweets. And guess what? They use it to buy sweet and biscuit. The whole 2,500, they finish it. And they were waiting. They ate small out of it and they drop it. They were waiting for me to share the good news that mommy, Uncle gave us 2,500 and we use it to buy biscuits. So I used that point to use it as learning point. They had made that mistake. I used it as a learning point and I sat down with them and ate some sweet and biscuits too. Yes, I'm a good mommy. Let me enjoy the biscuit and sweets. They bought it and we can't return it. But we learned that day that not when you are giving money, you don't spend all. When clear structure are not given, your children tend to make mistake. The second one is conversation. We don't have money conversation in our home. We don't have money conversation with our children. And when we don't have money conversation, we think having money is a taboo. When we don't have money conversation with our children, what happens is they believe that they are too. I don't even get. Why is it that we don't even have money conversation with our children? Why? Parents, let's talk. Why is it that we don't have money conversation with our children? Number one, we feel that they are too young. They are too young to understand money, but they understand how to spend. My kids understand how to spend. They went to go and spend the 2,500. So what makes us feel that they can't understand how to save? What makes us feel that they can't understand how to multiply? They can. Like I said earlier, every kid have the instinct to multiply money within them. They have this entrepreneurship spirit within them. But if we don't bring it to life by having conversation with them, they tend to make mistakes. They tend to make mistakes. Okay, Mrs. Gloria says, we don't explain to the children how to use money and we expect them to know. And that is the fact. We expect them to know. And so when they spend all the money, we start saying no. We start, like one of my coaches said, we turn it to a preaching class. We start preaching to them. How can you spend the whole money? Some of us will even beat them. But you forgot that you've not had this conversation with them. We expect our children to learn money management from school and life. Let me shock you. I'm a school owner. Schools will not teach your children. It's not in the curriculum. Will not teach your children, except schools that are intentional. They will not teach your children the basic things about money. They will only teach them how to spend in mathematics, and that is in mathematics. They will tell them how to identify money. They will tell them, when you spend money, this is the change you will receive. That is all about money. But money skills is beyond spending. It's more than spending. It's more than spending. And the last one is, okay, before I move, do you know your kids learn from what you avoid? You've been avoiding that conversation with them. They are learning. And when they don't learn the right thing from you, they learn in the hard way, just like I learned. The sponsor, some of us saw my sponsor ad. That's my true life story. I didn't want to become a teacher, but I found myself in that line and I made up my mind that I'm going to start school in the next 5 years. And I knew that my salary won't be able to have the kind of school that I want. And so I knew that I needed to multiply my money. So I kept putting my money in the wrong places, making serious mistakes. And I know if I had started making my mistakes when I was younger, I would have been a better money manager. But because my mom didn't feel we should learn, she didn't have those conversations with us. She feel we should not handle money because we are young, that when we grow, we'll get to know about money. I learned in a hard way. Very well. And I need you to know, drop it on the comment section. Your silence creates confusion. Your silence creates confusion. Drop it on the comment section if you can hear me. Your silence creates confusion. The conversation you have with your kids build confidence. You want your child to be confident and be money wise. You need to start having that money conversation with them. Budgeting skills, saving, investing, giving. You need to start teaching that. You need to be intentional about it. Silence creates confusion. Conversation builds confidence. If you are following me, please drop this on the comment section. I want to bring it up. The last C is control. Many of us parents, we seek control. We want to control our children. And so we reward their behavior. We tell them, if you behave well, I'm going to give you 1,000. So your child begins to perform. Your child begins to perform and not plan. So when you control your children in this way, what they do is they perform and not plan. They in front of you, they will do well so that they can collect that money so that they can use it to buy biscuits. They will collect that money so that they can use it to buy sweet. They will behave well. And when you are not there, they misbehave. When you are not there, they will do the opposite of what you told them to do, because you have made them to understand that they need to do this for them to get to earn money. I need you to know that this habit creates children who consume, not children who create. When you reward behavior with money, you create children that consume. You create consumers. We don't need more consumers in our country. We don't need more consumer in our continent. We need creators. We need creative minds. And so when we control them, what happens is they become consumers. God forbid, right? And my favorite coach would tell me, God forbid isn't a strategy. God forbid is not a strategy. God forbid is not a strategy. We need to get to work. We need to get to work. So these are the 3 C's. Clear structure, no clear structure, no conversation, and we seek control. We control them by telling them, if you do this, I will give you money. If you do that, I will give you money. So your children will perform. They will arrange the room. They will do everything that they need to do very well because they want to get the money. And the day there is no money, they don't get to do that thing. Yes, thank you, Mama. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Your silence creates confusion. Conversation builds confidence. You're welcome. Welcome, Mrs. Arikawe. I'm glad to have you here. Welcome from Ijebu. Oh, my God. Welcome, ma'am. All right, let's move on. What your child really needs. What do they really need instead of just allowance? Because many of us are now afraid to give allowance. Please, it is okay to give allowance because it's a teaching tool. I'm using it to teach my children and it's working for me. And that is why I'm saying this to you. Number one, they need a system for handling money. We are going to talk about 3 habits later. A system for handling money. You need to create system. You need to create structures for handling money in your home. They need to have reasons to save. You could come up when you're having your money conversation, you could tell them, oh, what do you want to buy? What are the things that you need? Just let them have the reason. By doing this, they learn how to set goals and achieve them. So do this academically and they see that, oh, setting goals is not just about money. Number 3, opportunities to earn. Your children need opportunities to earn. You could give them extra chores and pay them. They could come up just like we came up with. By now, your children should be connecting with you. If your children are not connecting, are not talking to you, are not expressing their mind to you, they are afraid of you, please, hi, you are very, very. My coach will say lions are chasing you. Lions are chasing you if your children are not connected with you. They can't have any conversation with you. They are afraid. Just like we were afraid of our parents. We were doing for 3 whole months doing business and our parents were not aware. We even spent the money, they did not know anything about it. Give them rooms to make small mistakes while we guide them. It is okay for your children to make mistakes. That day that my children spent 2-5 on biscuit and sweets, I would have just brought out koboko and do we, but that wouldn't have done anything. They will not learn anything. I've just caned them. Next time when they have money, they will still go back because biscuit is sweet, sweet is sweet. They will go back there and buy. But I use it as a teaching moment for them. And we both sat down and ate the biscuit together. So let them make mistakes. While I was a teacher, I teach mathematics, and I know me myself, I know that I was a good math teacher. Children have phobia for maths, but I used to tell them it's okay. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not dull for making mistakes. This is one thing I believe. There is nothing wrong in you making mistakes. But there's something wrong when you keep making the same mistake. So you need to learn from that mistakes. So let them make mistake and guide them. When we continually guide them, they don't make such mistakes. They don't. They learn. And before I move on to the next slide, I have something here. I said, allowance isn't the finish line. You have given allowance, you think that's the end that they will learn. It's a lie. Oh. It is just the starting point for a bigger journey. And so you need the right way to do it. And these are the things that we are going to be learning. We are going to be learning simple, powerful habits your child can build for life. What are these simple habits that they can start using now? You can start teaching them now, and they can start saving their money rather than spending all. Because I know when I dropped a poll on the board, many of us want our children to learn so many things. Now, the first one is the 3S system. The 3S system is in the book that I wrote, the Cash Savvy Kids, the Ultimate Guide to Money Mastery. The 3S system is save, spend, and sow. Save, spend, and sow. And so when you give your children money, when you're about to give them allowance, when you're about to give them pocket money, especially for we that we give monthly allowance, you need to let them know to divide these things into three parts. The money that they will save, the money that they will spend wisely, the money that they will sow. The money that they will save, maybe you could decide, okay, use this, buy a piggy bank for them, and let them start dropping this money. Thank you, Mama, for engaging. Allowance is not a finish line. Abraham, I'm delighted to have you here. Good evening, Mrs. Kingsley. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining in. All right, let's move on. The first one is save. Now, your children, you shouldn't just give them money and allow them to just go without creating structure. The structure, the system we are talking about is the 3S. Let them divide the money you give to them. The first time, they might not be able to do it alone. You will need to guide them. I know many of us are lazy. Don't let me use the word lazy. That's abusive words. But many of us, we like the easy way. So we just give them the money and move on and say, go, 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 go. We don't want to take time to explain into details what is expected. So the first time you are giving your kids allowance, guide them, tell them, okay, this certain amount, we need to save it. This certain amount, you spend it. This certain amount, you sow it. Now, savings start with them having piggy bank or opening accounts for them. My children have piggy bank, and they have a bank account. When they open their piggy bank, we remove what we need to take to church and we save it into the bank. Then they need to know what to spend money on. Under spending, they need to know the difference between needs and wants. Educate your children that not all wants are needed. If they don't know this, that's when they will buy biscuits. When ice cream comes, they buy ice cream. When this thing comes, they buy. And when they take 1,000 naira to school, they spend all because the guidance have not been given. They need to know they need to know the difference between needs and wants. Then the sowing part. Sowing is regarded to when you plant a seed. And when you plant a seed, what happened to the seed? The seed bloom, germinates, comes out, comes with flower. The flower turns to a fruit, and before you know it, you have many fruits on the tree. So sowing means multiplying your money. And there are two ways to multiply money. Your children need to know these two ways. The first one is investing. You need to let your children know that sowing, if your money wants to increase, multiply, it is not enough for you to save. You need to multiply your money. And like I said, the kingdom, the principle of the kingdom, if you are a child of God, stands on multiplication. And so when you have something on your hand, as a child of God, you need to multiply. And in order to multiply, you need to learn how to save and to give. So when you give them money, let them have one aspect that goes into sowing and giving. Many of us, we are not intentionally teaching our children how to give. When you are doing birthday, they don't know that maybe they should buy gift for you. They don't know how to celebrate you. And when you don't teach them now, they might not know when they grow up. They might not know that, oh, I need to give to my parents. They might not know maybe they need to do this to give gifts. And before you know it, they start having issues. The Bible says we should give and it shall be given unto us, right? In good measure, shaking together and pressing and running over. When we give to God, when we give to people that are needy, our money multiply. And we need to start intentionally teaching our children. You could do this by maybe they've gathered money for some months, and all of you go together. You could add some money and go to motherless or homeless orphanage home and buy gifts for them. By so doing, your children are learning how to give. We need to be intentional about this. Let's move on. Now, the next one is habit two, which is set a weekly money moment. Set a weekly money moment. And I told you, for as many that are on this call tonight, we are having a printable 15 family discussion starter for raising cash savvy kids. This will help you to have money conversations with our kids. Many a times we are afraid. We are afraid to take the step of having this conversation with our children, especially when it comes to money. I don't know why. Maybe we feel it's a taboo. Maybe we are afraid that our children will start stealing. I don't know. I don't know what makes parents not to have money conversations with their children. And so, in order to help you, we are giving everyone these printable cards. You will print them down out, you will cut them, and you ask your children these questions. They respond to you. And with time, you have the confidence to have this money conversation. And this should be done on a, if you can do, you can, I know we are busy parents. We are very, very busy. Very, very busy. And so going to work, coming back, come and be having conversation. You want to cook as mommy, you want to cook food, you want to do that. It becomes much more difficult. But that's why we are saying have this conversation at least a week, once a week, 10, 15 minutes. And with this, your children become better. Habit three, let them earn, not just receive. For those that have been given allowance, can you start giving your children extra chores and start paying them? Then when you pay them, they get to learn that money is attached to value. I think I was scrolling through social media sometimes this week, and one of the influencer mentioned on a platform that our daughter told her, our 7-year daughter told her that he should stop working. That why are you working? Daddy, why are you working? Stop working. And the dad told her that I need to work so that I can have money. He said, Mommy, Daddy, you don't need to work. All you just need to do is to go to the bank. So the child thought You can just go to bank and collect money. Thank God the dad is financially educated and he used that moment. It is an opportunity to teach a child to have money conversation with her daughter. And so he used that opportunity to teach her daughter and told her, how do you think the money gets to the bank? Do you know what the daughter said? He said, it's the card now. When you put the card, the money just comes out. Just like that. And so the daddy tried to explain that no, it is the work that I do, the value that I produce here that puts money in the bank, that allows the card to bring out. So if I don't work, if I don't give value, there is no way I can earn money. And so change it. So my children do work at home. They work at home, they receive a stipend. It's just for them to learn how to manage money and multiply money. So they earn, they save, they sow, and they also give. If my sister, if my sister, their brother, their uncle, my brother-in-laws, if they are doing birthday, we buy gifts. They buy gifts because I want them to learn giving. I want them to, I am intentionally teaching them. You equally need to intentionally teach your children. Let them earn, not just receive. Don't just give them free of charge. Then you now tell them that from this money you will spend, you will save, you will sow. I believe we are learning something. Are we learning at all? Oh, sorry. Are we learning at all? Please, if you have learned anything that stands for you, that stands out for you, drop it on the comment section. Drop it on the comment section. Now, how do we do it at Key Startup Academy? How do we do it? We don't just talk about money at Key Startup Academy. We make it fun, practical, and life-changing for your children. So at Key Startup Academy, we read books, engaging books about money and other life skills. We give them fun stories that children can relate with, interactive activities that makes lesson to stick. And next month, we are going to be reading a book that I authored, The Cash Savvy Kit. We're going to be spending a whole 1 month to read Cash Savvy Kit so that your children could learn about money. Number 2, we host the Young Boss Masterclass. We do this 7 days because I noticed that some of us want our children to do business. And so in this masterclass, 7 days masterclass, your children learn, even without having a clue of starting a new business. They learn and they start running mini business. I remember the last year it was our first cohort, and when we were about to start, many of them had no clue of what to do, of the kind of business that they could run. But before we finish, many of them had answers. We have people that are selling beads, we have people that are making perfume, we even have young author among us, just because they were able to join the Young Boss Masterclass. They were also able to track their earning. They build confidence in managing and multiplying their money, and their parents are grateful for that. The most important thing is kids discover that money is more than just something to spend. And at Key Startup Academy, we are raising cash savvy kids who will thrive in the real world. Your children, for them to be able to thrive in the real world, they need to learn about money. They need to learn about money. They need to learn how to manage and multiply money. They need it. Now we have a special offer for you. We want you to grab the soft copy of this book within 72 hours only. The ultimate guide to money mastery today, to unlock 3 special gifts that I told you will give you. We have people that have pre-ordered before now, but if you have not pre-ordered, for those that have pre-ordered, they have free access to this book. But for those that are just joining us that have not bought this book, we want you to do one thing. buy it within 72 hours. And when you buy it within this 72 hours, you have 1 month free in the Cash Savvy Kids Club. We will read books, but we will do more than reading. And in this 1 month, we will have 3 free masterclass to help your children stay rooted on how to multiply their money, on how to save their money, spend their money wisely, and sow it. This offer only valid for 72 hours. And this is the details here. Now, if you have any question, could you please drop on the comment section? Could you please drop it on the comment section? Drop this on the comment section. You have any question, please drop it. What are your learning points? Drop it on the comment section. Somebody says we should teach our children about money. Yes, we should have money conversation with our children. Stop making the mistakes that our parents made in the past. Please keep dropping your learning points. Stop making those mistakes that our parents made by not having money conversation with our children, by controlling us. If you do this, I will give you this. If you do this, I will do this. By not giving them clear structures. And remember, we said that your silence creates confusion. Your silence creates confusion. Your conversation builds confidence. Start having the money conversation with your children. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have learned anything, please drop on the comment section as we will be ending this in a few minutes. What are your learning points? Do you now agree with me that giving your kids allowance is not enough? Giving your kids allowance only is not enough. You need to give them more than that. Giving them allowance is just the starting point. You have another steps that you need to carry out. Parents, are you here with me? Are you here with me? If you are, please drop your learning points. Drop your learning points. All right, I want to appreciate every one of you that have joined us tonight. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, thank you. I want to appreciate. Let me appreciate everyone that joined in. Let me use this opportunity to appreciate Mrs. Awa. Thank you for joining in. Mrs. Gloria, thank you for joining in. Mrs. Luwesa, thank you for joining us. And thank you for staying engaged. Mrs. Arikawe, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you. Mrs. Kingsley, thank you for joining us. Mr. Abraham Astrup, my wonderful brother, thank you for joining. Mrs. Linda Sosu, thank you for joining. Mrs. Joy, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. And this is me saying goodbye. Yes. Oh, okay. Somebody just said having money chats every week. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sosu. Mrs. Olaide, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, somebody just asked question. Please, ma, don't you think that when children are exposed to money, they pay too much attention to money and this affect their studies? No way. I do not believe this. You see, your children, your young children have what we call the sensitive period. They have the ability to learn all this, to learn these skills together in the consequence, and there are no consequences. It is how you manage this that makes your children, in fact, when they are exposed to money, it makes them to even want to study more. My kids are doing well academically, and It's giving them money makes them to learn what they are supposed to learn. You don't wait till when they grow old before, or when they are on their own. We just believe that they will get to know. They will make plenty mistakes. The idea is we don't want them to make mistakes when they grow up. We don't want them to make mistakes when they grow up. And so this will not affect their academics. We need to know. Parents need to know that life is beyond only academics. It's very important for your children to be intelligent, but to be good academically, rather. But it is equally good for them to have all these other life skills, like financial literacy, like learning how to manage their time. All these skills are important at this young age so that they won't struggle when they're young. We want life to go smoothly for them. We don't want them to become to make severe mistakes that could affect them. I wasted my money. I felt within me, I felt I could have done better if I had been exposed to money. If I had been exposed to money, I would know where to put my money. Exposing your children to money without structure will make them, it will affect their studies. So when you give them money without structure, definitely it's going to affect their studies. And that is why we are talking about giving them structure. You need to give your children structure in not in such a way that it won't affect their academics. And so when you are not ready to give them the structure, don't even expose them to it, because that structure, they need it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question. All right, somebody says we should make sure they have a specific of amount of money they can spend. Yes, they divide their money into three. Let them have three envelopes that they put their money. One can be a piggy bank. The other one, then they could have two envelopes where they take their money offering. The sowing is on that money of the offering that they give in the church. So you don't get to give them offering every Sunday. It's from that money that they will pick. You are teaching them to be more organized, to become more responsible. When you give them certain amount and they know how to manage it, they become more responsible. And it also affects every areas of their lives. Thank you, Mrs. Osaji, for that. Then someone says, thank you, ma. Thank you, Mrs. Loesa. Then Mrs. Arikawa says, knowing the difference between need and want. It is so important for your children to know the difference between need and want. If they don't know the difference between need and want, they will waste their money. They will waste their money and buy things that are not necessary, that are not needed. Let your children know the difference between needs and wants. And we believe that if your child reads cash savvy kids, she or he, okay, he or she will be able to know the difference between need and want, because we're able to dive in deep into that. We were able to dive deep into the soul, spend, and saving money. Okay, thank you, Praise, for joining in. Thank you. Praise, you're not the one that's supposed to join in anyway. All right, thank you, everyone. We are taking time. This is not supposed to extend more than 40 minutes. We appreciate you. In case you're just catching a replay, do well to stay engaged. And when I come back, I'm going to appreciate you. God bless you for joining me. And please make sure you stay in the group in such a way that when we have another um, webinar, you could also join us. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. God bless you. And bye. This is me saying bye.